Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am Dr. Shahbaz here. So in this video, we will learn how to perform and interpret the runs test in R. The runs test is a non-parametric test used to determine whether a sequence of observations occurs randomly. It is also called the Wolf-Witts runs test in R. A runs test is a sequence of similar observations appearing consecutively. For example, several values above the median followed by several values below the median form separate runs. In this case, the null hypothesis states that the sequence of observation is random. However, on the other hand, the alternative hypothesis states that the sequence is not random and may contain a systematic pattern. Too few runs may indicate clustering or a trend, whereas too many runs may indicate excessive alteration between observations. So the runs test doesn't require normally distributed data. However, the observation should be recorded in a meaningful order and should be independent. In this video, I will demonstrate how to import a dataset, perform the runs test, interpret the number of runs, test statistics, p-value, and save the complete results in Excel file. Please like the video and turn on notifications for upcoming or data analysis videos. Okay, so first of all, we need to import our dataset in R. So I just give my dataset to ChatGPT and requested for prompts. So we have dataset about 20 observations with the day and satisfaction score as continuous value. So we need to put the first prompt to import data in R. So we copy this command and then paste here and then press enter. So in this way you will see the dialog box open. You will need to select the data and then click open. So data has successfully opened in R. So you can see data here. So before performing the analysis, we need to consult PowerPoint presentations to see the criteria, assumptions, and threshold values for runs test. Okay, so runs test in R checking whether an ordered sequence is random or shows a meaningful pattern or not. So we will see run, expected runs, z statistic, assumptions, and interpretation. A run is a consecutive sequence of the same sign. Example sequence around the median, above, 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 and below, below, and above, above. So this sequence contains 4 runs. What the test asks? Are the observed runs close to the number expected under a random order or not? Too few runs suggest clustering. Too many runs suggest alteration. So in this way, we have a research question and a hypothesis. Are the ordered daily satisfaction scores randomly distributed over time? And we have hypothesis H0, the sequence is random, and H alternative hypothesis, the sequence is not random. So we have a dataset 20 responses, and the median runs test classifies scores into 2 groups. Scoring process calculates the sample median, label scores as above or below the median, and state a clear rule for scores exactly equal to the median and count consecutive runs. And we have also assumptions for runs test. Observations are meaningfully ordered. 2 categories can be defined. The sequence is observed without a rearrangement. Ties at the median are handled consistently. The test evaluates randomness, not association. So in this way, we will interpret the findings. So there are also threshold and reporting guidance. The p-value should be equal to 0.05. No statistically significant evidence that the sequence is not random. And in case of evidence the sequence deviates from random order, the p-value should be less than 0.05. And expected runs should be less than observed runs should be less than expected runs. And in case of frequent alteration may be present, the observed runs should be greater than expected runs. So now we come back to our data set and we perform the analysis. So now we calculate the median and create the difference by using this prompt. And then press enter. So in this way you can see the difference between median. You can see data runs, sequence, above median, above median, above median, below median, and you can see there are two categories, below median and above median. Okay, so now we need two packages for runs test. So I have already installed. If you don't have, so you need to install first before testing the runs test in R. So we need to load both packages in R. We will put the loading here, then press enter. So in this way, both packages have been successfully loaded in R. So now we perform the runs test. We copy this prompt and then paste here and then press enter. Okay, so we have results of runs test. Data statistics minus 3.2163, and there is runs for n1 equal to 10, n2 equal to 10, and n total observation equal to 10. So there is equal distribution, 10, n1 for 10 and n2 for 10, and the p value is less than 0.05. So there is a significant value. So it means there is a alteration hypothesis, non-randomness. So there is no randomness in our data. So we reject the null hypothesis. Okay, next we calculate the number of observed runs because we need to compare observed with expected. So now we put the prompt here and then press enter. So you can see there are total observed runs 4. Okay, so now we create a summary table. Copy this prompt and then paste here, and we have a summary of all data. Like you can see here, the median is 3.5, below median 10, above median 10 total observation, and the observed run is 4. So it means the observed run is higher than the expected run, because observed run is 4 and the expected run is 3.5. So you can see in my presentation where I put that the observed runs in case of frequent alteration will be present. The observed runs should be greater than expected. So in our case, you can see this is expected and this is observed run is higher and greater than the expected run. So, and you can also see there is a p value less than 0.05 as per our rule. You can see p value is less than 0.05. So we can say simply there is a randomness of data. Okay, now we need to save all results and put in one Excel file. Copy this prompt and paste here. So in this way, R successfully created a separate file called runs test results. So you can find the same file in the same directory where your data has. So you can see here, you can open and interpret the finding as well. So in this way, we do the runs test in R. If you like my video, please subscribe to my channel and like the video and click on notification icon so you can get my next video.